Coming in live. This is from South Dakota, Sioux Falls. It's a busy day here at the news office at ACBL, and we're here to break a news story with this minute to win it. 60 seconds to warm up our stream, and as you can see, we have a full boat today. Today is a special day, a day of honor, a day of reverence, a day like Sioux Falls has never seen before. And it's actually not even today. The event is coming very closely, possibly tomorrow. But anyway, we are celebrating this event, monumental event today in the streets of South Dakota, the skies of South Dakota, and through all out the land, as we have guests from all around the country joining us today. And we are talking about the number one human being on earth, Jon Runyan. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, and welcome everybody to the Jon Runyan birthday extravaganza.
Dude, that was awesome.
Well done.
Well done. That was a great intro.
Johnny, are you excited for this birthday or what, man?
I am definitely excited for this. I can tell all of you, including everyone tuning in, that Tom has put a lot of thought into this, and I am really excited to see how this goes tonight. And with this panel of fine human beings, we are going to have a very entertaining show for you. So I am very excited for this.
All right. So without further ado, I'll take it over. A few cleanup stuff right away, guys. If you're watching, make sure you got those comments ready and the keyboards ready, because we want a lot of comments tonight. Now, a lot of happy birthdays for Jon. Tell him how much you like him, of course. But other than that, as you can see, we have a full house. So you still have Sam, as you can see in the right corner. We got the main man, Jon, in the middle here. We are missing our boy Mark. So first, we're gonna have half a second silence for Mark. Sorry, Mark, we missed you. He's actually just fine. It's busy and it's the holiday season. He couldn't join us. He might even be tuning in, so we might see him in section here. But anywho, let's go around the horn and introduce everybody. As if for those who tune in all the time, we all got familiar faces except for Wednesday Comics. I swear Marvin's behind there. And so right next to me, we got coming in from Nebraska, the very own, Skelly Boy Art. What's up? Welcome to the podcast. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. It's New Comic Book Day.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. All right. And then next we got Sam. How you doing, man?
Today's a good day. We're celebrating a good man, so it's a good day.
That's what I like to hear. And Marvin, how are you today, man?
The man behind the voice. Here we go, Mr. Claw himself. I just want to point out that Garrett has my handle as his name down there. That's not his Twitter name.
Oh wow.
We can both spread that news.
Well, there's nothing to promote about me. I'm promoting the comics, Marvin. Because my face is on the screen. I'm like,
well, as you see, I have no face, and it just says at Wednesday Comics, so I am that entity. So
perfect. I will no longer be calling you Marvin. I will be calling you Wednesday. So thank you, Wednesday.
All right.
And next we got Birthday Boy. How are you doing, man?
Oh, great. I'm doing well.
Okay. All right. And then, of course, from Comic Book Bears, we got Steve. How you doing, man?
Hey, thank you for having me. Of course, I want to be here to celebrate Mr. Jon. So, yes.
That's right. We really appreciate you tuning in. And then down below, Garrett, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Here to represent a third of Wednesday Comics, or maybe all of it, because you can't see Marvin going back. But I'm excited to be here for Jon, and I'm excited to have some fun celebrating Jon. So here we go.
I love it.
I am the pure cosmic force of Wednesday Comics. That's why you don't see me. It would
AI.
literally blow your mind if I turn on that video. So we're not going to do that.
He is literally like Cthulhu's son.
Exactly, guys. We all want to make it to the end of the year and get to the new year. So Marvin's going to save us, the pain and suffering, and let us continue on. Thank you, thank you, Wednesday. I appreciate that.
I don't ask for thanks.
All right. And so today, guys, what we're going to do is we are going to be playing a birthday game. So we're going to be talking about a little trivia, and this game isn't a normal game. It's, of course, this is a comic book look. We're talking comics. This is New Comic Book Day, the Sabbath. So we're definitely, it's a big deal, but we're going to switch off and not talk about all the books that came out now and what we've been reading. We're going to delve a little bit into some actually pretty simple trivia. That's not going to be the hardest part, but the hardest, peppered in with regular old kind of simple comic book trivia, we are going to have some specialized trivia that it revolves around the man, the myth, legend, Jon Runyan. So we will see how good this panel of folks knows Jon or thinks they know Jon. So what we're going to do is we are going to go around. I'm going to present a question. After that question, we are going to then have everybody answer that question. After we answer that question, you have to write it down. I will give everybody 15 seconds. Now, if you
This is so strict.
if you are still writing after that 15 seconds, actually, I'm not going to charge you at all. But if you're so that's going to be a bonus if you don't get asked first. But I'm just letting you know, the first guy's going in 15 seconds.
Oh my
Because
God.
there's a lot of willy-nilliness, and guys, I told these guys before, cheating is legal in this game. So, and then after it, I will honor. I'm the judge, the jury, the executioner. Please call me Judge Dredd if you want. You can call me Tom, or you can call me Judge Dredd. But I do control everything. So if you give me an answer and it's right, and I don't like it, I might deem you 0.
If it's right, and I don't like it.
And if it's wrong, but I do like it, I will deem you millions and millions of points, possibly. And then
Did that
if
just
it
say
is,
bod?
I will just be determining a number between 1 and 1 million for how many points you get in each question.
Lord.
And at the end, whoever wins actually gets, or whoever loses actually gets sent to hell. So I'm going to hope that you guys don't lose.
I'm already
But
gonna
it
go
is
there.
something, Mephisto, that I worked out with Mephisto and a few others, and he's going to trade his next ticket to the.
What did you say? That's the prize?
Well, yeah, that's the prize. And
Go to hell.
he's got a few other events that I get a few tickets for. I give him 1 soul, kind of a little trade. So,
Tip for tat.
just letting you know, you're going to want to earn some points. If you don't, well, see you later. And without further ado, let's start the Jon Runyan Birthday Extravaganza game show. Ba-bum-ba-bum. Ba-bum-ba-bum. Boom. All right. Thank you so much for that awesome intro, Tom. You're welcome, Tom. All right. Then going straight in to the first question.
Hey, can I ask a clarifying question there, Mr. Judge Reinhold?
You can ask. You
Okay.
may not get an answer. I'll determine.
Should I vocally say my answer first since you can't see me?
No, that's okay. Marvin. Wednesday is gonna play gentleman's rules where we do believe in.
I don't condone cheating, so I won't.
Exactly. I believe that. As the entity, he's not going to cheat. And he's the game master. He's just not going to cheat.
Yeah.
I like games too much to cheat, so.
Exactly.
Never
I'm going to cheat, but he probably won't.
Plus, I want to win that prize, so.
Exactly. All right. Our very first question of the night. And we're not going to start out with something, too hard. But this is going to be something centered around our boy in the center here, Johnny. And so, everybody, what do you think Jon's favorite Batman villain is? So this could be any of the villains in the Batman universe. Jon has an affinity for a lot of them. He's dressed up as Mr. Freeze, dressed up as Scarecrow. He's dressed up as Robin. There's lots of different choices, but we'll see what happens here. We're coming down in, that's 15 seconds. So I'm going to go right away. And our first question tonight, we're going to start at the bottom. Garrett, who do you think Jon's our favorite villain is in the Batman universe?
Riddler.
The Riddler. Okay, that's the Riddler. That is a great guess. I'm not going to say if it's right or wrong.
He's not even sure of it. He put a question mark.
He was representing the villain movie. But no, I remember Jon dressing up as Riddler, and it looked amazing. So I was like, it's got to be it. It's got to be Riddler.
That was a fun costume.
Amazing.
Still have the scepter?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the basement somewhere, I think.
Yeah, Jon's been like the whole rogues gallery. Gotta love it. All right, around Steve now. Who is it in your mind?
I put Scarecrow on here,
Ooh.
just because lots of fear. Plus, it's such a such a cool villain for John to really enjoy. So maybe.
He has a great first name too, so I mean, you could be on the right track.
Of course. That's a great guess. And he has dressed up as Riddler. He has dressed up as Scarecrow, guys. So those are really some great guesses. Now we're coming around to Sam. What do we got?
Hopefully you can read it. It says Professor Pig.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I went for a dark horse pick.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. That Scott Snyder run. Everyone loved Professor Pig then. All right, Taylor, what do you got?
Wasn't that Garrett? Well,
Fight Man. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I hope Taylor's right. Actually, I know the answer. And the entity known as Wednesday. What do you pick?
I'm going to guess. I have a feeling that we had a conversation once about two characters who are likely seen together. So I'm just going to pick one of those two. I'm going to go with Poison Ivy.
Okay, Poison Ivy.
Good
So
choice.
now we have all of our answers around the horn, right? All different. How cool is that? Well, I want to let you guys know there is one person who actually won this one. And it's a pretty great guess. I love that it came from a conversation with John. So, John, who is the winner? Can you announce it?
Mr. Wednesday. Marlon.
There you go.
You
Poison
got
Ivy.
it.
Poison
Yeah.
Ivy. John hasn't dressed up as Poison Ivy yet, so that means maybe
Yes.
next year.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, great guesses all the way around.
John, am I right? Second place, Harley Quinn.
You know what? I'm actually not that big into Harley. If it was second place,
The
it was
correct answer is
Scarecrow.
yes.
Oh,
The
my
correct
bad.
answer is yes.
My bad. Wow, I just lost 5 points when I go on Wednesday Comics next time.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, exactly. John's been a Poison Ivy guy forever, though, and yeah, especially where the character development has gone to the last 10 years. It's like, please continue to give us awesome Poison Ivy shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget that she's a villain. That's
Yeah,
why
exactly.
it's like, who's a Batman villain? It's like, well,
It's-
Poison Ivy's not really a villain much anymore.
Yeah, but hey, she spent a lot of her career as a villain.
That's true.
So for that, I'm going to award Marvin 358,222 points for that guess. So great job on that one, Marvin. That's our Wednesday. That was a great guess. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Next one. All right. I wish I had, I think I do have like a ham horn or something somewhere, but I got to use my phone as my notes, so I can't do that right now. All right, that was a fun round, guys. Wow, it's really moving along. So we're gonna take a pause here now that we got warmed up, and we're gonna just find out. This isn't for any points at all, but I can award you points if I like your answer.
Ooh.
And we are going to find out how everybody met John. John is the #1 networker. I don't know if anybody knows this. When John wants to pull people together, he ends up getting like a whole herd of people because he knows exactly who to talk to, and he's made friends with everybody, and he has built those connections, and that's why we're all here, right? So I'd love to go around the horn, and if you guys could tell me how you met John and kind of when and how you guys met John. So first I'm going to go back the opposite direction and away from you, Taylor. I'm sorry, I didn't, not to put you on the spotlight, but we're going to go down to the entity himself, Wednesday, Marvin.
Ooh.
How did you meet John?
Calm down.
Thank you, Wednesday.
There you go. There's an intro. I want to say it might have been that conversation. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that conversation. Go Poison Ivy. I've known him originally through my brother, and then after a few hangouts of that, then all of a sudden we found we have commonalities, and so we started talking and we started doing things. And I think the comic book look and all this shared kind of interest in comic books is what me and John keep going back to. But I think it was, you must have been in college, John. I think maybe I was just becoming a freshman in college. So it was around that time.
What
I remember
year
going to your dorm room. I knew you had an apartment next to the school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's where I met him.
Yep.
That might have been, John, when was that?
2007, 2008, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Sounds
So
right.
yeah, long friendship. It was really cool to see, man.
Yep.
0 points. Garrett.
You,
Garrett, how'd you meet John?
so it's kind of twofold. So meeting John himself, and then meeting John from a comic book look. So
Ooh.
the first, like, actually meeting John, I believe it was after Star Wars: The Force Awakens. We all went back to the shop and we did that. The trend was going around the shop.
The mannequin challenge. Yeah.
The mannequin challenge, and
Oh,
I'm
man.
actually taking Negan's bat to Marvin. At the end there. That's where I met John and Ken. But soon after that, we started our podcast, and you guys have been going on. And then I learned about your lovely burn pit, and you took Star Wars Darth Vader #1 by Charles Soule and Giuseppe Camuncoli, and put it on the top of that fire pit, and you sent it to us. And that's when I was like, oh no, how could they do this? So that kind of started our relationship podcast wise. So I always think fondly on that, except I was like, was I the only one that liked that book?
It was a rough read, man. I was so grouchy about that.
Yeah, a lot of people like that book, but John is sure as shit didn't. I think he put it through the fire, put it through the Lazarus pit.
Lazarus
It's
Pit,
quite a
that's
valuable
what-
comic now, I think, right?
It might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's bring that back, Tom. We have to bring
Oh, that's great. Amazing. Yeah, John making connections more through that comic book community, like always. All right, then let's get out of state. What's up, Steve? How did you meet John?
Well, it was kind of like Garrett. It was kind of like two separate kind of meetings. So we met virtually through our mutual podcast, through Comic Book Bears and Comic Book Look. And John actually came on to Comic Book Bears sometime. I want to say it was like early 2021.
Yeah.
But we've been talking to you for a little bit before then, and then actually got to meet John in person in, I think it was October that year, 2021, at the Baltimore Comic Con.
It was so fun.
So yeah, that was just an awesome show. And unfortunately, like, that's the last time, although we had like a really fun time, and especially like leaving Baltimore and trying to get back to North Carolina for me and South Dakota for him, getting to Charlotte Airport, where apparently nothing is open, not even crappy bars, after like 8:30 on a Sunday night. So I think only Starbucks. Like that.
Yeah,
was
we
it.
were hanging out at
Starbucks.
Starbucks, and they had Britney Spears playing.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. And, like, you go to a bar and they had like 2 beers left on tap. Everything else was tapped out, and it was just a weird night. But it was fun. It was fun to hang out with John in person after talking to him for a year virtually. But yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to do that again. Maybe.
Oh heck yeah!
Maybe Heroes Con, maybe Baltimore next year.
Heck yeah! I'm up for either one. So
Yeah, you're damn right. I got to get out there with John too.
Baltimore Comic Con.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Steve. That's so awesome. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember when John started fanboying over Comic Book Bears, like right away. Like he was like, Tom, you got to listen to this. I'm on this. Or, I mean, this is my favorite shit right now. They're so funny. They're so fun. And then it was like 2 weeks later, he's like, yeah, no, I'm actually like texting with them. No, I'm like, comment. I was like, of course you are. Of course you like this podcast. And then somehow knows every person in it, has a personal relationship with them. It's just the way that John goes through life, which is so awesome to see. So nice work, Johnny boy.
That's why we love him. That's
right. Exactly, man. Exactly. Okay. Next up, we got Sam. Sam, newest to the crew. How'd you meet John?
I was stuck in a tree. He got me out.
Perfect, like the cat. Just
like
Superman.
I was stuck in a tree. I was meowing. He's like, he got me out.
Me out?
Honestly, it literally is probably like a much more simple little story. I was coming in to Mind Comics for like 6 years before I started working there, and Johnny apparently was one of my biggest proponents for me to join the crew. And so due to him, I have my steady employment even. So that's even better, frankly, for me. But yeah, like he was the positivity and the one of the biggest reasons to go to Rainbow, and I look forward to it every time. I really wanted to actually hang out with him, but I didn't have the guts to say it when I was just a customer.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, we found the guts. We're good.
and he
Good.
still didn't get me out of that tree.
Yeah. Yeah, he got you out of the tree and then onto his show as our new host.
That was the rules. He says you have to be a part of this if I get you out of there.
Okay.
It's like, all right, fine.
Yeah, man. You're part of the family now, Sam. We love it. All right, Taylor, how'd you meet Jon?
So he came down to Lincoln to help our store move to our new location. And we fought a hearty battle with a file cabinet getting into the back of the trailer.
That was brutal.
Pretty sure I still have scars from it. It was,
Oh my gosh.
it was intense.
Yeah.
But it was a day full of laughs. It was pretty fun. And
Yep.
we've done lots of adventures since then.
Denver.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
Hanging out with Linda at the bar and Maria. That was
And
awesome.
Maria, oh my gosh, yes. Oh, such a good time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Nothing
Love
crazy there for us.
Nope. All right. Everybody else besides Marvin gets 100 points for their stories. Thank you guys so much. That was absolutely awesome.
Tom,
Now,
what's your
back to your
story?
origin story.
Ooh.
Come on, you got to remember eons ago when you first.
Sure, of course. I'll remember it. Yeah, it's probably 15 years ago, man. Me and Jon are I get put on a team at this bank we're working at, and I'm probably showing a little bit of my nerd stuff around my desk, maybe have some comics sitting out every once in a while. I got another dude on my team who seems pretty cool, and he also has maybe some nerd shit around, and some Pokemon stuff, and it was like, oh yeah, I mean, this is the kind of shit that I'm into too. And he asked, hey, what's going on with these comics? I think it was X-Men. He's like, yeah, I love X-Men. I used to live in Japan. And I was like, oh shit, dude, whoever this dude is seems pretty fucking cool. And so then that dude was Jon Runyan. And from then we ended up working together for a long time. And I'm a no new friends kind of guy. I don't need any new friends. So when I first met Jon, I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. He is a cool guy, but I'm probably tapped out on how many friends I can have in my life. And that ended up not being the case at all. Jon rose to the top. We became really close, and we started both reading comics consistently all the time. He would get comics every week, so I would get comics every week. And then we were both asking what are you reading, and is it good, and what should I look at? And then all of a sudden, we both liked YouTube. And this is, it's not the early days of YouTube, but it is, 13 years ago. And we were like, we both love YouTube. We love the internet. Me and Jon have always been a part of the internet communities and online communities before we started A Comic Book Look. And we were like, hey, we should totally build something ourselves. And so then at that point, after we were good friends around comic books, we decided to, get into a little comic book journalism and, talk about writing or reviewing and what the writers were doing, what the artists were doing, what the characters were doing, and what the industry was doing. And then the other thing that we have always put a major emphasis on is what the culture is like, because that's what we like the most. And it's the people and the friends. And it's like, yeah, you might miss out on this storyline and you might not be reading all the same storylines, but we're like, all one of the same kind of ilk. And even though everybody's so different. So it was like, man, growing that with Jon. And then, now since then, it's like, Jon knows how to fucking throw a birthday party too. So he's had some bangers of great birthday parties. So I knew this birthday extravaganza show wasn't going to be the be all end all. It's definitely not going to beat the show when we were all just absolutely drunk as shit at the casino in that hotel room, just being live.
Yeah.
And all of us had to watch it the next day to be like, should we put this out there even?
It's out there.
I'm not gonna find that later.
It was gone for a while, but
It was gone for a while.
It was gone for a while. It was gone for a while when we all both, me and Jon, were trying to look at different jobs, and we were thinking out there. But then after we were kind of secure, we were both like, yeah, let's put that sucker back up.
If anything, just watch that to see like 5 people crammed into a couch that fits 2. If you want to see that. So.
Yeah, that was fun. Exactly. That's how you can see what Wednesday the entity actually looks like.
Yeah.
Watch that video.
How long ago? What was that? 10 years ago?
10 at least.
Yeah,
10. So
that was nuts.
that was awesome. So yeah, all right. Great job, everybody. Back to the show. Our next question to start thank you, Wednesday entity. Our next what we're rocking and rolling with is the Dark Avengers. That's how a comic book started. Me telling John that the Dark Avengers are trash, him telling me that it's the absolute best. We've already come to an agreement years later and reread it, and I liked it. I like it just fine too now. But at the time, I was just a big hater of all that kind of shit. So I was hating on him at the time. But that brings me to the question is he's always loved Dark Avengers. He's now moved it into much darker, cooler shit, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But first, we are going to stick with the Dark Avengers. So you have 15 seconds. Who are the original members of the Dark Avengers?
Are we talking? Hang on. Don't start timer yet.
Come on.
The timer is started, but you can ask.
Like, okay, is it we doing like Dark Ventures like Hawkeye as Bullseye? Or
I'm not telling you shit, but it's the when it came out, Sam. That we're talking about. You know, it was about the same time, about 13 years ago. Thank you. Perfect. And we are ready to stop here. You know, everybody else can still keep writing and cheating if they want, because first we have Wednesday himself. I have to start with you since you cannot show, you know.
Here we go. Tom, you said it, and I saw the cover, and I got it right here. We got Ares, God of War. We got Sentry. We have Venom. We have obviously Norman Osborn on that team. It's his team. Bullseye and Dakin. And is it Moonstone?
And there it is.
Boom.
So don't say anymore because that is your team. So now everybody, if you guys didn't write that down fast enough while he was saying it, you're not going to get as many points. But Marvin, for that one, I'll give you 1 point. Garrett, you're up next.
Well deserved.
No, why am I going after Marvin? Have somebody else go.
No, you got to try to save him again.
Yeah, I might have mixed up multiples. Oh, sorry, doing the angles wrong.
There you go.
Hawkeye, Iron Patriot, and Sentry, so I should get partial points.
Hey, that's 3. I'm giving you half points, and so I'll give you 500,000 points for that.
Hawkeye's not part of it.
Marvin, he's the judge.
Bullseye Hawkeye.
Judge rules.
Yeah, Bullseye is Hawkeye. I'll take either name. We all know what Garrett's talking about. All right, yeah, Steve, what do we got?
Well, you know what's funny? John and I have talked about this. I have read 0 of Dark Avengers, like nothing.
Yes.
So nothing. So the only person I knew for sure was, of course, Osborn, because it was his team he put together. But Black Widow, maybe other people who doing shady stuff. I mean, that's the best I could come up with.
You know what? They fucked up by not putting Black Widow in there, so you get 10,000 points.
Oh, excellent. Good. Yeah, she should have been on there.
10,000 points.
Maybe.
All right, Sam, what's your list? Who's your?
All right, I don't know if you can see it really, but it's got Norman, Ares, it's got Moonstone, Ghost, Sentry, Dakin, and Bullseye and Venom.
Oh, Ghost, that's great. He only lasted like one episode or one comic. Was one of my favorite comics or characters. So for inclusion of that, I'm giving you 999,999.
Wow.
That's amazing to include Ghost. What do you got?
Bestie, I have no clue.
Yes.
I threw in the Mach 1 Iron Man helmet. 100%. That's what it looks like. He's very mad that I have no idea.
Because
actually,
that drawing
wasn't the Iron Man helmet like involved somehow? Like it was in somebody's attic in a corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, right?
Show that again. That looks like the fish skeleton heads in SpongeBob. That's what that is.
That does.
This is me being upset, and there's the sad Iron Man. Yeah.
Excellent.
Sad Iron Man.
All right, for sad Iron Man, I'll give 7 points.
Take it.
That brings us to our next Wednesday Comics. Can I get a little music here? This brings me to our next question. We are going to go with if Ken and Jon, and this is Jon's choice, if Ken and Jon had to live in one fictional comic book location, what would Jon choose? All right, you guys got 15 seconds to put it down. You know, there's lots of, you got to think of where his interests are. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot of fun locations. We all know them, right? But I don't want to say any right now because it might give something away, and I also don't want to leave the wrong answer. Or if you were thinking about this location, and you know what, if you're just putting New York City too, also, you know, don't be that lame. Okay, at least put God.
Did someone put that?
No, I'm not saying that. Okay, 15 seconds is up. All right, and today we are going to start with Steve. All right, where does Jon and Ken want to live?
See, I would think it would be possibly Marvel's version of Asgard.
Asgard. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. I mean, there's lots of things that Jon would love there. You know, big muscly men everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely some benefits here,
and big muscly women too. Like,
yes,
you know,
exactly. I mean, I'll come visit all the time. Next up, we're gonna skip over Sam, go straight to Taylor.
Gotta go where the hottest men are.
Yes, where is that? Do you have a place or just wherever the hottest men are? Actually, I really like that answer. Okay, perfect. Wherever the hottest men are. Jon, what do you think of that one?
I'm not, like Taylor definitely is on the right path here. With that. I'm not upset about that answer at all. If in fact that should be a 2x points, whatever amount you decide.
You just got 2 times your normal points. This could be a $2 million. This could be a $2 million answer right there. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to switch over to the entity Wednesday.
This is going to be at 100%. It is 1407 Gray Malkin Lane in Salem Center, New York. Xavier School for the Gifted Youngsters.
Great. That's a great answer.
Yep. I'm just impressed that you rattled that off like that.
I will admit, I did look that up, the address.
Okay. I was like, all right, USPS.
All right. Sam, where do you think him and Ken want to live?
In the world of Sweet Tooth.
Ooh. Shithole where maybe.
I just know he loves Jeff Lemire a lot, so I was like, let's go with that.
I do love Jeff Lemire. Oh.
All right.
By the way, shout out to KC for the happy birthday to Jon, and apparently they know where the hottest men are. So,
yeah, no, that's Ken.
That's Ken.
That's our boy Ken.
Ken saying wherever we are. Sorry. Wherever we are. Is where the hottest men are, so
yeah, go. Ken, that's right.
Also, shout out to the 605 Scarlet Witch, Stephanie McKenna, aka the Mistress of Potions at Glacial Lakes Distillery. Late to the live show. Happy early birthday, Jon. Thanks for tuning in.
Hell yeah, man. Johnny's birthday. Wow, so great. All right, Garrett. Where's he going to live?
Krakoa, where all the hot X-Men and women live. And the best part, you just got to take a flower portal to wherever you want to go if you want to take a sit rep from Krakoa. So,
I mean, those are all great places. But it's the comic book bear, huh, Jon, who got it right.
That's right. So the logic was beers and rainbows everywhere. Taylor, you were not wrong. And Garrett, I'm really annoyed I didn't even think about that because the bar scene is hopping and the parties are amazing there. So I'm very disappointed.
You want to live in the scary world of Sweet Tooth?
I mean, that's really
the chocolate's good.
Just live off candy bars and hang out with Gus. I don't know.
I love it. All right,
hang out with Gus and cry and cry.
All right, so that means Steve, you got 300,000 points for that one. Since you got double points, Taylor, that's 600,000. Garrett, because you had awesome club scene, that's 100,000, and Wednesday Comics, you get -1. Sam, you get a half a point. And all right, great job, everyone.
I'm in the black.
Okay, next question. And this is hard, honestly, But
It's all been hard.
if you have paid attention to what John's into lately, he has started a new stream, everyone. So let's all give a round of applause to Comics by Night. The best show around, besides this one. It's better than this one, let's be fucking honest. And so everybody be tuning in. Thank you, Marvin. Really appreciated that one, even though it kind of sounded shitty. So just having fun here, folks. Anyway, that sounded good. I like that one. All right. The next question is, in Werewolf by Night, the Marvel comic book show or the new series or the redo, what is the titular character's name? Who is the werewolf? And it's going to be, like I said, this is a hard one. I did not know. I even, as a comic book junkie, got the first name and could not fucking think of this guy's last name. And
that's where I am too.
So I ended up having to look
when
it
you
up.
come
So,
when you realize it.
It's going to be hard.
It's there.
But there are people on here that I think might know it, and that is going to be, of course, John and Sam. I think they might know it. So I'm gonna ask next. But all right, time's up. Garrett, who is it?
Ooh,
Jack Russell. That's a great
Russell.
question. Could be the name of a dog too. So we'll see if that's right. Taylor, what do you got?
I definitely knew it wasn't Ted, but it's Jack Russell.
Yes, Jack Russell. We got two for Jack Russell.
Shout out to Ted. Goodness.
All right, Steve, what do you got?
My brain just shut off completely. So he's Bob the Wolfman.
How about that?
Is that close?
It should be that.
Did I get it?
900,000 points for that one. So that's a great whether that's right or wrong. And the Entity Wednesday, what do we got?
I knew Jack, and I was thinking that it was Jack Swift.
That's great. It is Jack Russell. Oh, Sam, I didn't ask you, but who'd you have? I guarantee you had it.
It was Jack Russell.
I know. I knew for a fact. I wasn't even worried about that in a second. I knew Sam would have this, right? And then, Ken, our boy, put that up right away. So if you guys would have just checked those comments before you put it up, Ken was helping everybody else out. I would have also taken Jake Gomez because it ends up being Jake Gomez is Werewolf by Night at one point as well.
Like volume 3 or something.
Volume 3 for a very short, unfortunately, not very long run. But watch Comics by Night in like 5 years. He'll get to it by then, you know. All right, and that brings us to our next one. How old was John when he read his first comic?
Oh yeah, okay.
Where is this going? John's thinking, oh boy. No. How old do you think John was when he read his first comic? And 15 seconds has been fast forward, so it's over. I'm going to go right over to you, Sam. How old do you think John was when he read his first comic?
Infinity.
Wow. All right. Wow. We're going Silver Surfer shit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ageless.
Love it. I'm gonna swing around the horn. Taylor, who do you got?
I said 15.
Love it. That's great. Right in that prime, time where everything's really awkward. Great. Great time to get into comics, guys, so you can forget about all those pimples on your face and those girl problems you have and all that kind of stuff.
John has so many girl problems, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. John did have girl problems. He's
99.
Like, girls out of here. Just kidding. The Entity of Wednesday. What do you got?
He gets his own music.
I was going to say, I think we spoke about this before, and it was later. Oh, wrong key. I want to say it was when he was in Japan, which I think might have been high school. So I'm going to say 16.
Okay, I like that. All right, then Garrett.
Saying 9.
Ooh, that's good. I love it. He's taking it a little bit younger, right when that prime reading age is hitting. Okay, and Steve, did you already answer?
I went with the youngest,
Oh.
and I did Infinity, but on its side.
Yes, 8.
Yes.
So I think Sam and I were kind of thinking the same thing,
Yeah.
but I turned a little to the side. So
Judge Joe Brown. Is it closest without going over,
Yeah,
or is
sure.
it just on the nose?
Nah, it'll be closest without going over. So that's going to eliminate a bunch of people because it is below Taylor's. It is below Infinity. It is below the Entity Wednesdays. But it is above Stephen Garrett's. It's 10 years old. And John wasn't sure, but he said right around 10. So I'm going to give 9 the exact answer with 999,999 points. With 8, I'm giving 666,666 points because, hail Satan. And and great job on that. And John, do you remember a little bit of when, like, what kind of comic book it could be, or what the circumstance would have been around you finding?
Yeah. So I remember the first comic I ever bought was that Uncanny X-Men 324 or whatever it was, when Juggernaut got punched by Onslaught, and he was all torn up on the cover. But we all had those doctor office visits and dentist office visits where you got your power packs that are beat up on the tables, chilling out.
Mhm.
I was reading those, and I was watching the X-Men 90s cartoon before I moved to Japan. And with that, I remember like some of my cousins, I think, having some collections of comics that I would thumb through and be like, oh, I recognize these characters, and things like that too. So that's why I had to bump it down earlier than like, junior high school for those reasons. Plus, you got your good old Sunday stuff too, but specifically for comic books. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, comics, the Sunday newspaper and shit. I mean, that's where I love.
That's what I started with.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. Awesome. All right, so then, and you know what? That was actually a fun question. Everybody, take away all the points I just gave you, and I re-give everybody 900,000.
There you go.
I love it.
Do I still get double points?
Yeah, you get double points for that one too, Taylor. Okay.
I don't know if there's a blanket effect or if it goes away. Or...
Yeah, this is should be an easy one, and this is one where everybody has to say their answer at the same time. I'm going to try to read lips and see who you get. So thank you for that music intro Wednesday. So this one, I'm going to ask a question. It's going to be, you'll know the answer right away. Or you have to take a guess right away. There's only going to be 2 things to pick from, and I want to hear what everybody says, okay? So I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then everybody has to answer, okay? Everybody ready? You better be.
Okay. Ready.
What comic book company came first, Marvel or DC?
DC. Yes, in all directions.
Yes. Taylor, I did not hear you answer.
I thought we were waiting till the question was done being said.
Oh, no.
Nope.
I said DC. You guys didn't. You didn't hear me. That's so weird. So weird. I said it first. I don't know.
Jumping the
said it in
guns,
unison.
and I just wanted to make sure, because if anybody said Marvel, I was actually going to have John kick you off the show. And I just wanted to let all these Marvel fanboys know that, hey, these movies are so great. Oh, this dumb, I'm so glad they rebooted my series again. All of these things at Marvel, you know what? DC did it first, man. Okay, so they've been doing it longer. They've been doing it better for longer than than Marvel could say. So I just wanted to get that out there on John's birthday, as he's transitioning into all these older comics and looking at all this old stuff. We can start to see. Maybe John's going to become a full DC head, not just a comic book, or not just a
Marvel zombie.
A Marvel zombie, or not even, John loves Batman, of course, loves the Batman villain, but a full DC, maybe we could get him into horror DC books.
That'd be pretty good.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
I'm gonna have to call up Bill, because
the new 51. Exactly.
He's going to be really interested in that transition, with John getting older, of course, than going to vintage
older and wiser. No, I'm just kidding. And John's the man, and we love him as a Marvel zombie actor. Okay, everybody gets 10 points for that one. All right. According to John, what is superior, Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars or Star Trek? What is superior? Which franchise does he hold with more esteem? And the this need to be done now, and I'm going to go with Taylor first.
I said Star Wars with my beautiful lightsaber. I panicked at the end. I knew I was going to be called first, so I got scared.
Star Wars. It's a good take. It's a good take, don't you think, John? Good take. We'll see. We'll see. All right, Sam. What do you say?
I said war. What is it good for?
Okay, so are you going with Star Wars?
That's right.
All right. And then, you know, I would like to know, Taylor. Let's go back over to you. What are you putting? What's your personal answer?
Ooh.
Am I allowed to say neither?
Yes, that definitely.
I always say I'm a casual fan of Star Wars. Like, I know enough to be involved in the fandom, but like, I really don't care. So I guess if I had to choose, I'd choose Star Wars, but I don't care. I don't like either that much.
Perfect. All right, and then Sam, same with you. Who are you taking in that battle?
I'm gonna have to echo that same thing. Like I've probably watched more Star Trek, but I would if you said you have to pick one, I guess I'd pick Star Wars. But like neither of them are really like need to watches for me.
Love it. All right, Steve, who do you think John's? And then we want to know your personal opinion too.
So for my answer for what John would say, I put Star Trek. My personal feeling is I'm kind of on this level with both Star Wars and Star Trek. I know a lot more about Star Wars, but I think I get enjoyment out of Star Trek sometimes a little bit more. It just depends. Just depends on what's out. I mean, they both have their downsides and
love it,
like peaks. So
yeah, that's for sure. And Star Trek, I'll sure as shit tell you it's not Star Trek 3 or 5. All right, Gary
in a spaceship.
Well,
it's even numbers.
Yes,
The Wars of Stars.
Yeah,
Wars of Stars.
Wars of Stars.
And yeah, Star Wars for me. I know John is a big Darth Vader fan. At least I've seen him wear a couple Darth Vader shirts. Not the comic. I get it. I've only watched. I'm not a Trekkie at all. I mean, I've watched the first 2 J.J. Abrams movies. That's it. So I am like in this dome of not really experienced Star Trek besides that.
Love it. Yeah, it's some hardcore nerdism. Love it. Yeah. All right, Wednesday. What do you think?
I'm going to go with, because I feel like I know that Mr. Casey is a big fan of the Trek, big fan of the Fett. So I feel like I'm going to go Star Trek with what he enjoys more. And to answer your question about which one I enjoy more, I'm just going to let you know that I used to fall asleep to Star Trek in high school because it's boring. And this is Next Generation, anybody listening. So I know that's your pinnacle, but for me, it was sleep time. And Star Wars, I fell off that boat. So right now, neither. But if I'm going to say one, I'll say Star Wars.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'll tell you, John says it's actually a pretty close battle because, I think, he probably agrees with Steve. It can kind of go either way. They both have some ups and downs. But, John, tell us what you picked and why.
Well, I mean, this will answer both, but I love my evil droids so much that I have custom Funkos of 000 and BT-1 from Star Wars.
Heck yeah.
The homicidal droids, and I love them. Shout out to the Dark Droids event on sale right now at your local comic book store.
Bada bing, bada boom, Star Wars. And I feel that, right? Star Wars has got a lot more heat. There are some really cool stuff with Star Trek right now happening as well. But, love to see it, John. It's always a nerddom question, though. I would say the best thing about Star Wars and Star Trek is the documentary Trekkies, the first one. And none of the episodes or movies or any of them on both sides are as good as that documentary. It's so highly entertaining to see these nerds up close and personal. And awesome. I love it so much. So highly recommend it. Okay.
John, am I correct? Is it Ken like Star Trek more?
Ken dabbles in Star Trek for sure. I don't know, like he Star Wars wise, he's kind of like, like he's aware of it, but I think Star Trek more so.
He loves Star Trek. You're supposed to say he loves it.
I mean,
I knew you see like
King downstairs. I mean,
Ken, we need you to weigh in. Ken, if you're in that chat still, get your ass. Let us know. Is it Star Trek? Is it
and if he says
Wars?
Star Trek, that is 10 million bonus points.
And then he'll say Battlestar Galactica.
I'll message him
Yes.
to hop on and say it.
Yeah, Doctor Who.
Doctor
I knew it.
Who?
Doctor Who.
Doctor
That
Who, boy. We knew that too.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
Yep.
Doctor
Who.
Who.
Thank you,
Oh.
Ken. And that puts a stamp on it. Everybody gets 0 points. Ken gets 2 million.
Good job,
All
Ken.
right. That brings us to our next question. This is going to be a round robin episode or time, and what happens is we're going to go around the circle. So it'll be like Taylor, Sam, Steve, Garrett, Wednesday, Taylor, all the way around. And if you can't get an answer, you'll drop out of the running, and then it will keep going around. And then the person who's the last person will get 1 million points. So the question being, name X-Men characters that are not Cyclops, Beast, Jean Grey, Iceman, or Wolverine. And we are only need to do it one at a time. And we're going to start with you, Taylor. And we're going to go all the way around in 3, 2, 1, Taylor, go.
Maddie Pryor.
Ooh, love, that's a great one.
It's gonna be Nate Gray.
Ooh.
Is this we're talking about X-Men specifically or in that universe?
They do not have to be, they have to be in X-Men comics, but they can't be like Avengers. They have to be mutants of some sort. Okay, Steve.
Dazzler.
Oh, great 70s disco. All right, Garrett.
Psylocke.
Ooh, that's a good one. Wednesday.
Multiple Man.
Ooh.
Taylor.
Kamala Khan.
Who's that?
Kamala Khan. Ms.
Oh
Marvel.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
Most recent.
Matthew Malloy.
Malloy. All right, Steve.
Maggot.
Oh, yes. What are those things called underneath the city?
Morlocks.
Morlocks. Yeah, the Morlocks. Gotta love those fuckers. All right, Garrett.
Forge.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Armor.
All right,
Ooh.
Taylor.
Link.
Sam.
Sync.
Steve.
Nightcrawler.
Garrett.
Toad.
Wednesday.
Darwin.
Taylor.
Kitty Pryde.
Sam.
Joseph.
It's
I
fair.
don't know that one.
That's
John, is that
Magneto's
John, give me a
clone.
thumbs up? Does that
Magneto's
Magneto's
clone from
clone.
the 90s.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank
He
you.
had beautiful hair. All right.
All right, Steve.
Deadpool.
Yes, that counts. All right, Garrett.
Havoc.
Oh yeah. Oh, John, give us a thumbs down. Garrett can be kicked off that one if you want.
Absolutely. It's legit. It's legit.
Okay,
Okay,
Wednesday.
It's just a character knock.
Colossus.
Taylor.
Jubilee.
Sam.
Vulcan.
This is hard for my ADHD.
Ooh.
Vulcan. Hey, John, can I get a thumbs up on that?
That is
the one?
legit. That is
Okay.
a Summers brother. Yep.
Steve.
Yeah. Gambit.
Oh, there we go. Garrett.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh,
Yes, dude. That's a good one. Wednesday.
Shit, I just had it. And now it's gone.
Out.
Phoenix.
Taylor.
Scarlet Witch. She
Actually, yes.
Out.
What? John said yes.
She's the daughter of Magneto. She's a mutant, dude.
Overrid.
Oh.
Sam.
Magic.
Still in? No.
Steve.
Cable.
Garrett.
Moira Taggart.
Did we guys already say Moira? No, we didn't.
No.
Okay. Fine, Taylor, you're back in.
Quicksilver.
Oh, you're pushing me right now. But because he had that good scene in that movie, I'm gonna let it slide. All right, Sam.
Bloodstorm.
John, is that a real one?
Come on.
Okay.
It's real.
Steve.
Arma.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Garrett.
Oh, I'm out. I can't
You're out.
think
Yeah,
of
get the hell out of here. All right, Taylor.
Domino.
Oh, that's a good one. Yep. Sam.
Gold balls.
There's no way that's one, John.
It is one.
It is one.
Oh, God damn it.
During Bennis's run.
Yep. I'm gonna go with Boom Boom. I know she was more X-Force,
Ooh.
but Boom Boom.
But that's okay. That's great. All right, Taylor.
I might be out.
Sam.
Warpath.
Ooh.
Steve.
Sunspot
Ooh.
Sam.
Sabretooth.
Steve.
as a Sabretooth. Oh, I guess White Queen or
There we go.
Emma Frost.
Sam.
Rachel Gray.
Steve.
Oh shoot, Hope.
Out.
Mr. Citizen.
Sam, you are our winner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Steve. You did. I heard it come in, but it came in at the exact same time I said out, and I was only giving you a half a second. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'll give you 999,000
weird.
points.
I had to
Did
pull.
anyone
some,
say
like, deep one.
Storm? Like
I said
just
Bloodstorm.
No, nobody
Yeah,
said
like-
Storm.
Nobody said Storm. She was on my list too. I was like,
I've read
This is
all of
most
like
classic
one
roster.
X-Men comic. This was unfair.
I don't know why I felt like I needed to like do the most weird ones, but I was
Yes,
like, okay,
thank
these
you so much.
ones.
Because
I was tempted. I was tempted to say Morph just to get some people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah,
I was doing
More,
Blast.
then we
I
could
think
get
that's
some
the
real
character.
arguments
Yeah.
going, couldn't we?
Technically, I think Morph is in the Dark X-Men book right now.
Yeah, he
No.
came back into the
Yeah.
X-Men book like what 15 years after the animated show.
Yeah, they were like they made him just for the cartoon, and then eventually, like a decade and a half later, people were like, let's put him in. Let's actually make him a real one." Like,
I
all
still
right.
don't 100% understand his powers, to be honest.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
So I get a bonus point for going first, right?
Yeah, you get one bonus point for going first, and I'm actually gonna give Sam gets 1 million points, and then everyone else gets 999,900.
There you go.
Wow.
Seems fair.
And then you get 1 bonus point, so you're actually at 1 million too, Taylor. And then Garrett, you get -5.
I said Negasonic Teenage Warhead. That's 3.
I know. But it's because you're trying to be cute.
That's 3 names in one.
Okay. So we are now getting down to our last question here of the night. So this is going to actually determine the winner of this
Ooh.
and the loser. Mephisto got to pay up. So this is going to be a question about John, or this is how John feels today. So you know what, these could always change. But if John was able to have dinner with one character in all of comic books, who does John want to have dinner with? This could be anybody. It's one person though. It's a character from comics. You got to think where John's bread is buttered. I'll give you a little hint that way.
I don't want to think about that. Thank you.
Well, that just means it's going to be Marvel, is what I meant. Okay, Taylor, I didn't mean anything bad. Damn it.
Are you sure?
He was just saying, where the cream is made. Where they milk
Marvin,
the cows. Is that what you're saying?
thank you for clarifying that. I really appreciate it. Because there's probably some creamsmen in this building. Those are people that like ice cream. So there might be a few. Anyway, the 15 seconds has better been up, and if not, we're going anyway. And we are going to start with Sam. Sam, who does John want to have dinner with? And then kind of give us a little bit of your reasoning.
I hate how like surface level this reasoning is, but I said Moonstone.
Nice.
Because Moonstone is in a very prolific arc in his life, and maybe he'd like to have dinner with Moonstone. There's my thought process on that one.
That's great. John, what do you think? Would you have dinner with Moonstone? I mean, how are you feeling at that?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Definitely, she has stories, and we could have a lot of wine together. And yeah, it would be very entertaining.
Well, there you go.
Shout out to Carla. Shout out to you, Carla. Yeah.
That could be the one. That could be the one. All right, I'm gonna go down to and actually I'm gonna go over to Garrett. Garrett, who do you think he wants to have dinner with?
I'm saying Phoenix, so that he can get the Phoenix Force from Phoenix, because it's his birthday. He deserves the Phoenix Force.
Well, I mean, it doesn't always end up well for the people that get to Phoenix Force, so you can't be cursing him. But
That first day is great. The first day is great. So that's
yeah,
all
first week's great. You're gonna fall in love.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna like you. Yeah.
Mhm. Keep your enemies close.
The planet killing comes later.
That's right.
Oh, okay, perfect. John, what do you think you'd go out with the Phoenix? You'd go on a dinner date with them?
As long as Cyclops is left at home, because we don't have time for the whiny dudes. Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor, what do you got? Who's John going to dinner with?
Before I answer, can we please acknowledge Ken's comment
Ooh.
that he left?
Which one?
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's the after show.
moving on. I said Scarlet Witch.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay.
Scarlet
I don't
Witch,
really
you
have a
want
reason why.
Oh, I have.
What
Hopefully,
do you
someone
think,
uses.
John? Would you like dinner with the little Scarlet Witch?
You know, that definitely would probably come with free refills. And so, times are hard right now. We're not monetizing the podcast like we should be. So it's, I don't know. I have to think on that one.
Okay, perfect.
She always has situations flying at her, though, like, especially in her new story arc. It's just always drama.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, what do you think?
Pertaining to your previous comment and hint that you gave us, I'm going to say Hercules, just because it's Hercules.
It is
I'm sure
Hercules.
you're going to get, the food's going to be great. You're going to get wasted, and also he's going to be shirtless the whole time because I don't think he owns any. So I think it'll be a fun date.
I mean, yeah, Steve, what do you think of that guess there, John?
What's up? That sounds like we probably had some Starbucks in the airport talking. Out live. It's almost like we went to a convention together. I don't know, but
Maybe.
yeah.
All right, Wednesday, what do you think?
First off, shout out to KC. You toast that bread, baby. Okay.
Keep toasting that bread.
What's that bread?
Oh my god.
I want to go through my thought process here because I had a really good answer and then I just thought of the right answer. So I was gonna say The Watcher because John would be like he has good stories because he sees everything. But I know he has a weak spot for the baddie, and so it's gonna be Emma Frost.
What do you think of that dinner, John, with Emma Frost? I know that would be a dicey dinner.
That would be a real dicey dinner.
Oh.
Whoa.
We just lost
Marvin legit
Dropped his answer and dipped.
When you're a full entity, you come and go as as the night comes.
What happened?
You totally
Dropped.
looked
Oh, it was like a split second. I'm back now, though. How long was I gone?
Split
Wait.
10 hours.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours.
Before we score the points for this one, I think we also need to acknowledge Riley's comment about the Phoenix.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. It's all fun and games with the Phoenix until she dies on the second date. That's awesome. Also, my distillery hubby, David, is tuning in. So thank you, David, for tuning in. David is amazing. He's my work husband from when I was at the distillery. So
Awesome.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, David, and wishing the birthday boy amazing birthday on this birthday extravaganza. And yeah, no, I think honestly, those are all good answers because I know John and Emma. That would be.
I have a question, Judge Judy. When I was gone, what was the
the
answer?
We didn't give the answer yet. I really like your guess though with Emma Frost, and I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't think of it.
Oh my god!
I know.
You used to just collect Emma Frost.
I know it's complicated.
All right, John. Who was that person you wanted to have? Because we got one right answer right on the head.
We do, yeah. So, like I said, it's almost like we went to a con together and flew across the country, yada yada. But Steve knows me incredibly well, and I might have also scored the Funko of Hercules from the Denver Comic Con, and I was very excited about that. So, yeah, that was a welcome addition. So, shout out to Hercules, and if you guys have not read during Civil War II, the Gods of War story arc, it is quite compelling with equally compelling artwork.
Yeah, I mean, these comic book bears are just eating that shit up.
I mean, our logo sometimes. So,
But
there's a reason he's our mascot.
Hey Johnny,
Oh.
where would Poison Ivy go on that list?
I just gotta give a shout out. Bill actually just popped on really quick to say happy birthday. So Bill, thank you so much. I hope you feel
Bill.
better, dude. But where would Poison Ivy fit on that list? That's
Yeah.
tough because
Holy shit! You know Santa?
no, that's Bill. That's his avatar. Bill's amazing.
okay.
Poison Ivy and Emma Frost. That's a tough one. I'd have to put them probably at the same table because that would be the most entertaining evening of all.
I agree, man. I
Oh,
would
wow.
love to see
Yeah.
that table.
Yeah.
Just those
But
two
would the
powerful
food
ladies.
would the food be vegetarian or would it be just like nothing but carnivore meat?
That would
I
they
feel like
would
the
probably
table would be a
deliberately
happy-
choose those just to be at each other. With
Yeah.
that one. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Green and white checkered tablecloth and
Yeah. Although Emma would probably just have like a champagne lunch, like it would just be finest of liqueurs
yes.
with
That's
like
how
just
she rolls.
burgers on Pam's side.
Exactly, dude. Fuck Emma Frost. All right. Thank you guys so much for that. I will give Steve, you get 500,000 points for it. Garrett, you get 400 points. Wednesday, you get I'll give 200 points. Taylor, 100 points. Sam, 900 points.
yeah.
For that answer. All great answers. But yeah, Steve got it right on. That's right. It is.
Marvin's raging over here. Tom, really quick, Trippity Trav. It's showing up as a Facebook user because our group hates StreamYard. So that is Trippity Trav saying nice suit. Tom?
Yeah. Don't worry. It's actually just the comic book shirt underneath it. Oh,
Bum, bum,
but it
bum.
looks very suity.
Yeah. Mark, how? Thank you so much for tuning in, Mark. Happy birthday. Mine was yesterday. Team December for sure, Mark. And we got to get together for drinks sometime. We keep talking about it. We got to do it. Ken had a really good question here. Is eating a salad with poison ivy a bad idea? Does she frown on that?
Shit, I ain't doing it.
She's seen doing it in things where she just eats salad and vegetables. She's done that.
Okay.
What issue of Cyborg was that?
That was in the animated series.
Oh, okay. I'm just giving you.
Okay.
Circle of life, baby.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
teasing you.
All right. But so I don't have any other questions. I'm going to say that everybody donates all of their points to John. John, you are the winner of this competition. Oh my God, John, how do you feel after going through this whole entire
was
thing and winning?
A lot of work. I wrote a lot. We laughed. We cried. Gathered some cool sketches from Taylor. So, Marvin, it's great to see you. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. I don't even have anything else to say. That was pretty awesome though. Good work, Tom. Heck yeah.
Well, I have one last thing to say. You guys are all a part of this community that we have. And it's a really awesome community. So I asked John what his best moment of being a part of this community that we have is. And so I'm just going to read what John wrote me because I think it's pretty awesome and it kind of wraps up the whole show and why we're here and why we're talking about it and why John's the man. So he said, the best part for me is seeing the excitement about comics that we're all enjoying, seeing the excitement about online shows like us connecting, and seeing the excitement about meeting amazing people throughout the community. We're the best group of people there is, and that's what John likes most about being a part of the community, and it is the community. So that's all of us. John, thank you so much for building this big community for the last over a decade. You're the man. Happy birthday.
Thank you
And,
too. Yeah.
That's all I got, man. Anybody else got anything to say? I'm sorry if I didn't get to you guys enough.
I got one thing to say here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm more of a 2 Chainz birthday song kind of guy, but this is pretty good too.
You want them to bury you in a Gucci store?
That's right.
Oh.
No, but cool. All right,
Good
guys.
show, man.
Thanks everybody. I know it was a long show, over an hour today, but we got to celebrate for the Jon birthday extravaganza show. Can't believe Jon ended up taking all the points in the end. It's crazy. So
Amazing how that happened.
yeah. Better luck next year, Steve. I mean, you might get it, you might not, so we'll see.
Does that mean the rest of us lost?
Oh, sorry.
The crappy one again Wednesday.
But I was trying to ask, does that mean the rest of us lost?
Yeah, that
We're all
you
going
lost. Garrett, you
I think
lost.
I got my
I
shirt
know.
on, so I got it in with the big guy.
All right. Okay, so that turns
That's
out you
right.
guys are all going to Satan. Mephisto, I actually lied. I told him that I had a lot more souls than one. So you guys are all going to go there, and
How many, Tom?
you'll be getting a link. I'm going as well. I have a full 6.
Full
But
6?
just click the link. Then
All
you
getting
should be
bust
taken
together.
there right from there. So should be in your email box in the next couple hours.
Riley in the comments.
Yo.
Exactly, dude.
Oh,
jeez.
Exactly.
Oh, wrong one. I meant this one.
Well, it's the end of the show, so it's too late, Marvin. So.
Yeah. You got it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another comic book look. We really appreciate it. And I'm not doing any intro, so I'll send it over to Sam for the outro.
Ooh.
Unless John, do you have anything you wanted to end with?
Oh man, well, thank you guys again so much, everyone, for being a part of the stream. This is really cool just to have everyone come together. Thank you for taking time to do that and hang out. And what a cool way to roll in the holiday week coming up. So thank you guys.
Awesome. All right, Sam, shut us down.
Oh dear God. All right, so someone else is gonna have to press the button. Well, thank you all for tuning in today. We all really appreciate this, and it's all for John. So if you're all still out there, if you're on the YouTube, make sure to give all the most positive comments to John on this. Let's make this the most blown up podcast we've had all year. Let's make it what it needs to be. So we all here at Comic Book Look at Comic Bears, right? Comic Bears,
Comic Book Bears.
Comic Book Bears. Yeah.
There's and Wednesday comics. Wow, I'm doing great here. We all thank you for coming in, and we wish you luck, and we'll see you all next time.
Boom.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy
birthday,
John.
John.
Happy birthday.
Merry
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Ah.
Christmas.
Happy birthday.
Ooh. All right, we'll see you guys in 2024, and you guys know the drill. Keep it comics for sure, man. Words never boring. All right.